Hello there and welcome to the Web News with our pick of the stories making the online headlines. Coming up on today's show, Spain's Podemos party faces online opposition. London's Natural History Museum decides to retire its diplodocus. And a motorbike ride across Southeast Asia. Tens of thousands of supporters of Spain's new left-wing anti-austerity party, Podemos, marched in Madrid on Saturday, January 31st, in a show of force at the beginning of a busy year of elections, and to denounce the way in which Mariano Rajoy and his government have dealt with and proposed to tackle the country's deep economic crisis. The new party is facing criticism of its own, however, with Spanish citizens taking to the web to voice their opposition to this anti-liberal movement. Social networkers have been posting under the No Podéis or Podemos no Ganara hashtags, slamming the Podemos party and its supporters. Many are saying they don't share any beliefs with the anti-austerity movement, and in no way does the party speak for them. Other critics can't find words harsh enough to condemn the Podemos party and its proposed measures to raise the country out of its economic slump. The people who posted these messages to Twitter, for example, say Spain is heading for disaster if this political group comes into power. And while the majority of criticism directed at Podemos focuses on its economic program, some in Spain are also blasting members of the anti-liberal party, its leader, Pablo Iglesias, for one. His detractors say he's only in it for personal gain and would have no qualms lying to the public to win them over ahead of the regional and general elections scheduled for later on this year. London's Natural History Museum is planning to retire its most famous resident, Dippy the dinosaur. The life-size cast of a diplodocus has taken pride of place in the museum's main hall for over a century. But from summer 2017, Dippy will be replaced by a real skeleton of a blue whale. The move was announced at the end of January and has sparked something of an outcry among web users in the UK. The Save Dippy hashtag began trending soon after the news broke, with hundreds of netizens sharing their affection for the dinosaur replica, along with memories of their first visit to the museum. Others are saying Dippy is an icon of the museum and shouldn't be put out to pasture. Arguments that have been relayed in this petition, which has garnered some 30,000 signatures. But some do say it's time the museum changed mascots. The people who posted these messages have welcomed the appointment of the blue whale as the main exhibit. They say the skeleton is just as impressive as the dinosaur replica and will soon become equally popular and famous. Writing for online daily The Huffington Post, British journalist Michael Rundle shares a similar sentiment, pointing out that contrary to the diplodocus, the blue whale does still exist, but is in danger of extinction. And that's why it's important to put the spotlight on the blue whale, so visitors to the museum will understand the importance of looking after the environment and protecting our oceans. Hundreds of Malaysian web users have been posting under the Save Your Dara campaign hashtag, criticising a campaign urging young women to practice abstinence in order to prevent unwanted pregnancies. A lot of social networkers think the initiative is both sexist and absurd, saying that instead of stigmatizing women, the local authorities should be focusing on prevention and sex education. It's a criminal offense to wear a dressing gown behind the wheel in California. In Cyprus, drinking water while driving is illegal. And Danish law insists you check a child is not asleep under your car before you put the key in the ignition. These are just some of the strange driving rules from around the world featured in this infographic. Head to the visual.ly platform for a closer look. As we can see from these shots of his creations, American barber Rob Farrell is something of an artist. Using standard hair clippers and coloured eye pencils, he creates portraits of famous faces, Albert Einstein for example, or Salvador Dali, on his clients' heads. You can see more of his works of art on the Rob the Original Instagram page. This video takes viewers on a 4,800-kilometer motorbike journey across Southeast Asia. It was filmed and shared online by Joshua Rappaport, and you can watch it in its entirety on Vimeo.